Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I was going to try and use the big TV above my head to have a second screen, but I forgot. Well, just got here like 5-10 minutes ago. I'm currently running on the hotspot because I can't figure out how to get the internet working in the hotel room. I was able to connect, but I couldn't get the page up. Like the login tells your room number page. Yeah. So I'm running a hotspot. Actually, you know what? I should run a hotspot off of there. Well, I'll just run it off my phone. Anyway, no big deal. So I have literally just got here, as I mentioned. Hopefully I'm streaming okay because I'm getting like a low signal. Not prepared in any way, shape, form. I got the graphic up. That's as far as I got.
I mean, from what I hear, your voice sounds lower. The audio quality is not what you usually have, but that's fine. You're on the road.
Let me just see if I can change any of that audio. Hold on. Let's just try to change. Is it any better now?
It's louder. Keep talking.
Okay. That's the camera mic, so versus my laptop mic.
I think the previous was better, actually. It sounds a little too trebly now.
I sound like a doctor. Number 1 or number 2?
Yeah, you sound more. It sounds. I don't know how shallow. The sound sounds more shallow. I think I like the deeper better than that shallow sound.
Okay, so yeah, and my throat's a little raspy too, so that doesn't help.
Okay. I think that what you're on now is better.
Okay, let's go that way. Problem solving items from the Westin Hotel. Let's put it that way. Literally just arrived. It was a bit of a longer journey today. Well, not a longer journey, but just it seems slower for some reason. The second day, I think I got better fuel mileage today though, but not as many stops, just due to the fact that I had to be here for 9 o'clock, and we left the hotel this morning at 9 o'clock, 9:30 ish, probably a little bit too late, and that threw us down a little rabbit hole. I mean, I've been doing the updates online as well, so if anybody has been watching that, So it's it was an okay drive. The worst part of my drive was yesterday morning leaving my town, because we had gotten a couple inches of snow the night before, and through the night a bit, like it was probably only another half an inch or an inch through the night. So when I was loading the trailer at 4 a.m, it was easy enough to clear the snow away from the trailer and stuff. But once I got on the highway leaving town, which is a 2-lane highway, divided highway, 2 lanes. The slow lane was icy, and I was driving first in that slow lane, and I could feel the car shimmy just a little bit like this, and I was like, "Oh, I'm on ice." So I went into the fast lane, and it was a lot better. Like it was still like it wasn't bad. Like I wasn't shimmying around a little bit. So I just stayed in the fast lane as much as possible. I wasn't speeding, but like the traffic was going below the speed limit, so I was doing a little bit faster than them to pass them. And then if there's someone came up behind me, I would slowly move into that slow lane and then go back over. So once I got onto one of the major 400 series highways, it was much better. So
does it because you're pulling a trailer? So you're pulling a trailer and there's some ice. I'm assuming you have to drive more cautiously just because the whole hitch and.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I'm going in a straight line and going at a constant speed, it's okay. The trailer doesn't sway, assuming it's weighted properly, right? Like you get the right amount of weight. And I've done it numerous times now that I know how the castle goes into the boxes or goes into the trailer. It doesn't, and it also helps that the trailer is pretty much packed full. So, it's a pretty distributed weight throughout. And the least amount of weight is in the back couple of feet of the trailer, which is what you want to do. Most of it on the axle and like 10 to 15% on the front, on the front hitch. If you get that right, the trailer stays straight. If I had started to slip and I corrected or hit the brakes, then it would have probably gone to hell. So anyway. Yeah, so the other thing is that we're literally what you're seeing on the screen is kind of how I'm working on a half screen right now for the chat, and I've got a half screen for the banner. I think if I were to open up another window and slide it over here, you're not going to notice it. No, so I'm going to pull the news as we're talking. So if I suddenly get distracted, you know why. I don't know if there's any. Was there any actual real news this like today that you'd seen, or other than Peppa Pig apparently? The Bricklink Designer Program. I know that happened. Started. We'll talk about that. I looked last night and already the 2 castle sets were sold out already. So we probably won't put these in any order. I'm just opening them quickly to talk about them. And our last chat was January 26th. This is my, here you go. This is a behind the scenes. This is what I do usually in 30 minutes before the chat. By the way, hello to the 3 people in chat watching. Let us know who you are. For the record, I'm in Atlanta. I don't know if I actually said that. I am like 10 minutes away from Matt right now.
Wait.
And I'm looking over the parking garage, I think, of the Atlanta Hotel. I'm on the other side of the building, so I can't actually see the convention center.
Oh, I see you got the room with a view.
Yeah, well, it's got a window, so I guess that's a view.
Garage view.
Yeah. Well, yeah, kind of. That makes sense. Sorry, February 1st. So yeah, there's the drive in general was okay. Like I said, it was long. It was 2 8-hour days of driving, 8-hour-ish days of driving. Technically, the first day was a little longer, just because I had to drive. But like I drove to pick up my friend, and then we drove down here after that. So, so it's probably a 9-hour day for me on the first day. And then again, today it was just we were stopped in the airport, or at the airport in Cincinnati / Kentucky, and drove from there to Lexington in the morning. Went to the Bricks and Minifigs there, and then from Lexington, we were originally going to go to Chattanooga to go to the next Bricks and Minifigs, which is a 4-hour drive between the two. So I had nothing planned halfway through, but I had to stop every couple hours to get gas just because I'm pulling the trailer. Pardon me. Pulling the trailer every couple hours I had to stop to get gas. I technically could have gone further, but it was just makes sense every 2 hours to stop, get some snacks or whatever. So we ended up stopping in Knoxville, which was almost halfway. Like literally when I got to Knoxville, I had the hotel directions on Google Maps. I had the hotel directions for the hotel we were at the night before and this hotel, and they were exactly the exact same time and distance apart, pretty much, like within a kilometer or two or a couple of miles. So I was like, wow. But that also was kind of a depressing thing because like I'm only halfway there for the day. Like, oh, great. We ended up skipping the Chattanooga Bricks and Minifig store, which I think is new, and I didn't get a chance to go to it, so that kind of sucks. But maybe next year, I'll try and plan it a little better to make that work. So yeah, and then just as we were leaving, or as we were entering in Atlanta, or entering into Georgia, it started raining a bit. So we had about 20 minutes of rain. And then after that, the rain subsided, and it was just spitting a little bit while I parked the trailer. So I had to disconnect the trailer when I got here and parked it in the far end of the lot where we park our trailers. So tomorrow morning I'll just hook it back up, and I'm hoping we can do what we did last year, where you kind of drive into the back first. Because I think that's what we did last year, right? We didn't register first. We went to the back, pulled over to the side of the back, went in, got our stuff, and then we started loading up, right?
Yeah,
so hopefully we can do that again, because
I unloaded before I got my badge.
Before you even registered. Yeah. So I probably will do that. What I'll do is probably just unload into the back area, and then like just unload the trailer as quickly as possible just into the back area, and then go park, and then come back in and then load the stuff or move the stuff to the actual spot that it needs to be. I think that's probably the safest way to do it. So there's actually a lot of news. What did I say? The 27th? Was that last Wednesday? The 26th, yeah, 27th. Wow, there's a lot of news.
I mean, I'll be honest. My end, I had to prep for class. I went to class, and when I got home, Steve Polda, who's coming down from Wisconsin, was ready to pull in, and he and I chatted, and I haven't really spent hardly any time on the internet
Yeah.
since about, like 10 a.m. So if there's news that broke
Yeah,
today,
yeah.
I'm not.
There's not much today.
Okay.
But I have 20 pages of news at least.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's I just found another one I hadn't seen yet. Yeah, I almost got it on the 27th. So I got one more page to go back to. Again, these are going to be totally out of order. I don't have time to sort them. Okay, the cafe, we talked about that one. So yeah. And I think what I was saying to Matt before, or when I was driving down and we were chatting online or chatting in the car, I was saying that we probably will just do the news and then call it a night because Matt's got Steve down there and I need to recover from the day. So what we will do that's what we will do. So what have you been doing this week? Did you have to do any prepping for Atlanta BrickCon or?
I mean, I've got stuff queued up. So
normally
the Painted Ladies are behind me on the shelf. And so they've been boxed up. And I'm also taking my San Juan Street. So that's boxed up. As the resident ambassador, I've got bulk stuff I've got last year's bulk stuff to hand out to some folks. And I've got some window displays to hand out. And I still need to go to the basement and pick out what I'm going to sell at the yard sale, but yard sale's not for 48 hours. So I have time. But I've got all the stuff queued up. I'm going to load in the tables. I have to take tables over first and then I make a second trip to bring display things. But it's all pretty much queued up. I've got ready. I'm feeling less rushed than I have in previous years, partly because I'm just not displaying as much as I did some other years. I'm kind of taking the attitude of I displayed a lot of stuff the last 2 years, and so this year I'm kind of toning it down, and I'm just going to have fun and help the lug display get organized and not be as stressed, frankly. So I'm really looking forward to hopefully having an easier time tomorrow than last year where I felt like I had a lot on my plate. So we'll see. And in fact,
I mean, I'm setting up.
I'm not stressed enough.
Go ahead.
That I made chocolate chip cookies tonight. So if you're following the stream and you're there, hit me up for a chocolate chip cookie. I'll try to bring some tomorrow. So that's how not stressed.
Hi, Matt. I'm hitting you up now. I'm hitting you up now for the record.
Okay.
So, yeah. And there might be a delay going here or something because you seem to be.
Yeah,
it seems to be a news anchor type thing where.
The quality of your feeds has degraded a bit. The video is not quite as good
probably because I have a whole lot of tabs open.
That's probably right. Yeah.
So I'm probably straining the internet right now. Yeah. So give me 2 more seconds. I'm just putting them in. Okay. There we go. I just got to open them in the right order. So hopefully this will get a little bit better as the time goes on, stream wise, power wise. Yeah. We'll see what happens. So, okay. Let me just figure out how to share this particular one. I got to stop this screen apparently. Present, share screen, window. No, Chrome tab. No, window. This guy.
So one of the things I'll tell you is that I know you're mildly obsessed with the fact that the Cincinnati airport is actually across the river in Kentucky, but that has to do with reasons. It's cheaper to build it in Kentucky. And in the U.S., we have multiple metropolitan areas that are split across state boundaries. I'm assuming Ottawa is a bit that way. Isn't Ottawa right on the boundary between Ontario?
Ottawa and Hull, yes.
So
they are kind of across the river from each other. And
it's not unusual here. For example, Washington, D.C. is split between D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. There's quite a few cities that are right along state boundaries. And the fact that the airport is in one side of the boundary and not the other is fine. Are we getting a second helmet?
Yeah, no, that's the same one.
That's the same one we saw? Okay. Sorry, I got to... Because in prior cycles, they gave us 3 helmets typically in a year. So I'm really hoping we get another one beyond, because I love the helmet series. I bought all of them.
Yeah.
And I would welcome more helmets.
Just way to ruin the news, Matt.
What's that? No.
I said, way to ruin the news, Matt. No, because you saw it as you were talking. You weren't finished talking though, because you got distracted by the helmet. You were talking about state boundaries. And,
Yeah, just that, we have lots of metropolitan areas that are along a boundary between two states. Like Portland has a suburb in Virginia, and um, DC is split across 3 jurisdictions. New York City spills over, not the city, but like the metro spills over into Connecticut and New Jersey, and the same with Philadelphia is in Pennsylvania, New Jersey. And so there's lots of metropolitan areas that actually spill across state boundaries.
Yeah, it was just weird to me because it is called the Cincinnati Airport. So
that's a Cincinnati Metropolitan Airport.
Yeah, it's true. It does have a little bit more to it than that. Anyway, all right. So news-wise,
because you drove through Cincinnati, I know that you saw my all-time favorite state park sign. Did you notice the sign?
I noticed a sign that made me laugh.
So you saw Big Bone Lick State Park?
I did see Big Bone Lick State Park, and I was like, what the?
So a lick is a term that the early settlers used for a naturally occurring salt deposit. And salt was a valuable and rare commodity, and animals would find the salt deposit and they would go and lick it to get salt into their stream. And so salt licks were actually used as a boundary marker because they were so noticeable. There was a famous salt lick in Georgia that old documents would refer to as a boundary spot. But as salt became widely available, everyone forgot where the salt lick was. There was no reason to go there anymore because you could get it so cheap. And just, I don't know, somewhere in the last 10 years, I saw the story that announced that they had rediscovered the salt lick in whatever part of Georgia that was referred to in all these old time documents. And so Big Bone Lick is a salt lick.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't want to know what happens in that park. But when you said salt lick, I just thought, oh yeah, I used to live on the farm, and we used to have these big square cubes of salt that the cows would lick.
Yeah, my granddad too. He did too. He was a farmer. Salt licks. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So speaking of salt licks, the Star Wars AT-AT, not AT-AT. I was at a Bricks and Minifigs yesterday, and the guy who was behind the counter said, yeah, I ended up buying the AT-AT, and I almost turned around and said, "You're less than this age, aren't you? You're in your 20s, aren't you?" It's the AT-AT.
Let me correct you, sir.
Yes. So the AT-AT helmet was officially announced. This was last week or on Thursday. Releasing March 1st, 730 pieces, $69.99 US. I guess technically, since I'm in the States, I could just use that price today, but I think it's probably about 85, 86 Canadian, guessing. It's the helmet worn by the AT-AT drivers in Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. Matt is very excited about this for reasons, because he has them all, and he hasn't tried to put any of his hats on them yet.
No, but I do want to try that now that maybe you suggested it or somebody. But I'm like, they're about the right size that I think that the hats might sit comfortably. I'll have to test that theory. So.
And as a joke, if you're ever in your office, you could have a hat just on a few of them sideways, like kind of, however, whatever the cool kids do. I don't know.
Like Most Def Stormtrooper or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Something like that. But anyways, I mean, this is just another helmet to me. I don't collect them at all. The only helmet I've ever bought was Iron Man's, the Iron Man one from many years ago.
Oh, that's just
and then I bought it, I put it together. I'm like, meh. But it was dark red, and I do love dark red as a color. So, collect as much as you can. All right. Hopefully the internet gets better, faster, the quicker we go here, or the more we go through. Also announced last week was a 20th anniversary modular building poster on Lego's website which is free for downloading. Features all the all the modular posters for the past 20 years. It's been 20 years of modulars. I'm surprised they didn't release a special one this year.
I will download that and maybe actually print it, because I collect all the modular. I think that's really cool. The real question is, did they put the blue one, the first, what do they count as the first one? It looks like they're counting. It looks like they don't have the.
They have Cafe Corner and they have Market Street.
Market Street's on there. Ooh, I don't like Market. Market Street's an ugly building.
But the funny thing is, they do have the latest one too. Okay. 3, 4, 7, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. They actually have 20.
It would be funny if they actually had the next one that's going to come out, but you only got like the tiny little image of it, and everybody would be like trying to like, zoom in and be like, what is it? Like, I don't know. I think there's a lamppost there. Like, I can't quite tell. That would be like torture for us modular people.
Yeah. And it would have looked cooler as well if there was 21 and they were all even. Yeah. So Cosbricks, hi, how's it going? We have a park called Bong. Can you guess what goes there? What happens there?
That sounds fun.
So yeah. It's a zip file. You can download it. It looks like it's fairly high, might be high quality. It contains various sizes of the poster. Now we just need Lego to release a physical version of the poster on heavy stock so we can redeem with points, and it'll be all over, and I'll be all over it. Well,
I mean, if they let you have it as a file, you could just go to like one of those places where you send off your photos to print them off in larger size, and you could have it. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I once saw an art print for something that was like, the print was $500. And I was like, click, copy, paste. And I sent it to Shutterfly and they printed it out. It hangs on my wall. And I spent $40. Yeah. Now I defrauded the artist. So I'm just confessed to a crime on the air. So hopefully no prosecutors are following this. So
one of my Windows backgrounds is the IKEA picture of Amsterdam's black and white, and it's got like it's got a red bike at the very front. So the bike is red and everything else is black and white. I went to their website and just grabbed the screen capture of the actual image as well, just as a screen background, because it was always one of my thoughts of it'd be kind of cool to try and build that Lego with a Lego minifig red bike in front of it.
So we're partners in crime. Okay.
Yeah.
We're all criminals here.
It's actually named after a veteran, which is funny. Oh, that's interesting. So. All right, next up, Lego Ideas Grand Central Station has achieved 10,000 supporters. This one, I kind of feel like we've talked about some of these, but we didn't do a day later last week, did we? I don't think so.
I don't remember talking about this one, actually.
Okay. Maybe I just had a dream that we talked about it. Grand Central Station by Mind the Bricks is the latest project to achieve 10,000 supporters. The building features a 20th century train station that is fully modular, and the roofs can come off to access the interior. So there's the back and the top, and yeah, there's no interior shots. I could have swore I've talked about this before, but I don't know. Maybe I'm daydreaming because it has no shots to the inside. But
and I don't think we talked about it on Old Gray Bricks on Monday either. So.
No, and like our 200th episode ran long, but I don't know. Anyway.
I don't think maybe you just looked at the pictures. I know we talked about the sunflowers.
Yeah, and this is January 27th.
Okay,
which,
so
let me check. Wednesday was the 26th, so maybe this news just dropped early enough that. Anyways, we'll talk about it just to be safe. The sunflowers officially announced, $199.99 pre-order, releasing March 1st, 2,615 pieces. The build is based on Van Gogh's 1889 painting of sunflowers. The flowers themselves have 3D effects to them with adjustable petals, so they're pulled off the image a bit, so that you can move them in and out as you see fit. And yeah, because we were talking about the tiles, how the tiles were mismatched color.
And I was saying that it's a buy for me. Like, I like this. So.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree. I think it's pretty cool. And if I had wall space to hang it up, I might actually purchase it. I just don't have the wall space right now. So
I'll just take down the pictures of your kids. I mean, they're graduating, right?
Well, this is true. You don't come to visit me that often. The pictures come down. No. All right. Next up, Lego Minecraft live action movie sets were revealed January 28th. This is, that was last week. I'm like, I feel like deja vu.
It's a cube.
Yeah, we did talk through this because I said, "Oh, it's a set of it's a bunch of parts."
Right. It's disappointing in my point of view.
Yeah, but I didn't in the last chat. I said, "Oh, this one's got the, just a box of parts," or
we did talk.
Like that.
Yeah, we definitely talked about this one.
Weird, because it's January 28th.
Maybe
unless I'm in a different time shift. Oh, no, you know what? January 29th was our last episode.
There you go.
When I went up, I pulled up my calendar, and because it's the 5th of February, I hit the up arrow to go back to January, and I actually went to
mystery solved.
I think I went to December by mistake or something. I don't know.
This is not the first internet snafu of my week. So on Monday night, I received my annual review from my supervisor, and it it was only 2 out of 5, and 3 is like average or normal.
Really? Why?
And I was like, this is a very harsh number. I was shocked. And so I went in and talked with my supervisor. We had switched to a new platform. In the past, we just submitted a long Word document where we bragged about all the great stuff we did. And instead now we're supposed to post it into 5 separate windows. Well, she didn't realize that what she could see in the window that there was more, but she had to scroll down. So she literally only read like 40% of my brags. And she goes, you're the third person that came in, and every single person I've been like, they're like, you didn't take into account the stuff that I submitted. And she goes, I never scroll down on anybody. She's like, and she goes, I feel so stupid now. I said, it's a new platform. I walked out. I walked in getting 2 out of 5 stars, and I walked out getting 4 out of 5 stars. So,
well, because you brought the problem to her.
That's right. So I'm a problem solver. I'm
curious, what's the platform called? Because we've had a weird platform kind of like that.
It's some academic. It's just whatever the University System of Georgia uses. I have no idea.
Gotcha. Well, I'm there now, so I can go check. No. All right. So the news for this week. Lego Sonic the Hedgehog Badnik Crab Meat has been revealed. I believe this is a gift for purchase. It was discovered on the Lego Builder app. Another place for people to find secrets in it. 181 piece set features one of the enemies found early in the Sonic the Hedgehog games. And it's perched on a piece of land. There's no information yet on whether it's a regular set or gift for purchase. But judging by the set number, it could be the latter. It could be a gift for purchase because it's in the 4,000s range. So maybe there's another Sonic set going to be announced, or maybe they're just trying to promote Sonic or video game purchases related IP, right?
Who knows?
Yeah. All right. Lego scaled up racing driver has been revealed as well. I might get this one.
I don't like the Octan logo personally, so it's a no for me. But I would love to see them do this in either a castle figure or classic space. That would be more tempting to me personally. But it's interesting to see them keep making these maxi figures. And I'm trying to see if there's a side picture of the helmet. Which there isn't, but they've basically given us the formula on how to build a helmet, a space helmet related type of thing. You could do your own, yeah. So I mean, I might pick this one up. I've got a few of the other figures, and I think they're adorable. I don't know, maybe not. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure. Retailing for $54.99 US. Contains 694 pieces, so price per part's not too bad. And it joins up the other regular upscaled Lego minifigures, the blue one the blue hatted one that came out a few years ago, Harry and Hermione, as well as the Lego House exclusive pirate minifigure, which I don't know if that one's still available. I hope it is because I want to pick that one up for sure if it is. I don't think it is. Denmark, yeah, I thought it was just because it's a Denmark exclusive. So. There was another creator box revealed, 11044 build and play box. Just your standard, another standard creator box, 750 pieces, $50. I guess still 750 pieces for $50. That's a good deal if you're looking at bricks per piece or part per piece. Yeah, and it's I mean that's the thing. Like you and I at our point, we're not in the point as builders where we're looking for quantity so much anymore as specific pieces, but there certainly are people who maybe haven't been in the hobby that long, or they just don't have a lot of stock. If you want to increase your brick to work with, these are good deals. I know I certainly bought some of the classic sets that got marked down at Walmart in the US just to get volume in my early days. Steve Paluda came in, walked around my Lego room, and he goes, "Can I take pictures of this room?" And I said, "Sure." And he goes, "I want pictures to show to my wife that I don't actually have as much Lego as other people." Yeah, exactly. And price per piece was what I was trying to say, not part per piece, but I'm a little frazzled in the brain, So yeah, there's a new creator set coming out. Is there a date on this? Releasing in March, so I guess March the 1st. In case someone's desperate to get a creator set. All right, Lego Ideas item, Love Enlighten Me, the bench of lampposts in love. It's actually pretty cool.
So it's like a couple of lampposts sitting on a bench, snuggling, if you will. This is by Leo Adri. It's the latest project of 10,000. Why do I always say that? But anyway, the build is based on the real-life lamppost sculpture called The Bench of Lovers by Rodolfo Mescaludi. I can't pronounce that. It sounds like an Italian name, so I'm going to take that guess. The bench is actually pretty well built. It's a large-scale bench. It's kind of interesting as well. So I think that'd be kind of an interesting sculpture. I mean, we have that love sculpture for that's in Philly, right?
Yes.
I think it's Philly. So this could go along that same line for sure. So could be interesting. Lego, some news from the Lego company themselves. They're currently increasing their solar capacity at their factories to help reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The company will install panels in 6 Lego factories around the world and is planning to further increase solar capacity globally by 72% this year. Wow. Now, that being said, if they have one panel on the roof, that means they only have to add 72 more, technically. So, Lego is still on track to reduce greenhouse gas emission by 2032 and is achieving net zero emissions by 2050. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if it actually says they've increased their capacity globally by 61% over the past 2 years. So they have at least 61 solar cells. But anyways, they don't actually say how many they have that I can see quickly from looking at the article, but Lego Creator Set as well announced. The record player with flowers officially announced its 366 pieces, releasing March 1st for $29.99 US. I don't know with this one. I mean, it's kind of cute looking, but
it reminds me of, didn't they have like the boombox one or something? Like,
yeah.
It's cute, but I'm not gonna devote shelf space to it. I mean, but it might depend on your flavor though, because like I bought the roller skate, which I just love. I think it's fun. Mm-hmm. And so for the right person, there might be somebody who's like, yeah, I'll put the old style.
Oh, a music fan or a record collector or something like that. Maybe Steve. Yeah. No, Steve doesn't collect records. I think I'm one of my coworkers for some reason. Of interest though, I did notice, and I don't know that I've seen this piece. Maybe I have. There's a 5x5 curve here that looks like it's a brick with a plate underneath it. I think I've seen that piece before, but it caught my eye as something interesting because this is the 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it's a 5x5 piece. So anyways, just like I said, I think that exists already. The February list of sets that are now available all the February 2025 sets are now available. I'm not going to go through the list because we talked about it last week, but they're available. It's a set with parts. Lego did announce this week yet another Hall of Armor. That's not what it's actually called. It's actually called Iron Man's Laboratory Hall of Armor. But it is yet another Hall of Armor set. This one's got a bit better price point than the last one, but this one doesn't come with his car or things like that. But
when you look at the actual set, I saw somebody who had a picture of all 4 Hall of Armor sets, and the amount of structure just keeps shrinking and shrinking. It's supposed to be a hall, but it's more like 1/4 of a Hall of Armor.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I did put a lozenge in my mouth because I was coughing a bit. So if you hear things moving around my mouth, that's what it is.
We know you crossed the border and you've got chewing tobacco in there now.
Yeah. So this was found on German retailer alternate.de. Revealed the new Lego Iron Man Hall of Armor. The set has 384 pieces and is a remake of some of the Hall of Armor sets that Lego has released previously. Although this one would be smaller one. Although this one would be one of the smaller ones of the 4 that has been produced. The set is based on Iron Man 3, includes the minifigures of Iron Man Mark IV, which is Igor here, I believe, the blue one. Pepper Potts, Iron Patriot Mark I, Iron Man Mark 43, Dummy, and Aldrich Killian. It also features a brick built. Mark 8. This is wrong. It's not Mark 4. It's Mark 6 for the record. That's what threw me off. because it says it right there in the picture. I see it, Mark 6. Yeah, and then Igor, like Mark 38, which is the big blue guy. The Iron Patriot will be an updated minifigure, as the last one was released back in 2013 as part of the Polybag promo for the Lego Marvel Superheroes video game. I looked at the images of the figures, and even the Iron Mans have some newer paint jobs on it. And this Igor is actually Iron Man can go into. The last Igor, big blue one, I don't think it was something he could get into. I could be wrong, but I don't think it was. And a couple of these figures did come out in 2012, 2013. So it does make sense that they re-released this set with these figures. I can't say I won't buy this one. I think the retail price is around $50 from what I've heard, but it's not listed here, US.
You just can't quit the Hall of Armor, can you?
I actually have a whole bunch of Hall of Armor pieces I built.
I know.
So
I'm just teasing you.
Oh yeah, I get that.
While you're here, I don't know if your Costco membership works on the state side, but if you need to go to Costco, I have a membership. So
okay,
you can use my card. So.
Well, why would I need to go to Costco?
Because they have currently a couple of sets. So they had the Lunar New Year set and something else, and it's 20% off what you'd pay at Lego, and it's in US dollars.
Well,
so
we get Costco sets as well.
You get the same sets. Okay, I didn't know if they would be
similar sets, not always the exact same, not always as much as the selection.
Okay,
I think it'd be more just, do we have the time to go to a Costco?
Understood. It's on the table if you want it. So
okay, cool. Jetstar is here. Hello, Jeff. Oh, he's listening to us on the radio. We're on the radio. Obviously he's driving somewhere, so we're on his speakers, so we should be really loud. And I don't know. So then we got police siren noises we can start playing. All right. The big announcement for this week is the Lego Ninjago City Workshop, which was officially announced. Matt's probably in line right now to get one. 3,244 pieces, releasing March 1st. There's Matt showing off his, hold on, we'll full screen you for a second. His current Ninjago City, he's got them all. Collect them all, as they say.
It's going to go right in the corner.
There you go. Releasing March 1st, 3,244 pieces. Will retail for $250 US, probably $320, $330 Canadian. That's my rough guess. It's a 4-story building with a mechanic workshop, 2 working cranes, a mech bay allowing you to create and customize opposable mech. There's also an apartment building and restaurants that will be can be removed to access the interiors. The whole Ninjago City Workshop is a modular and is compatible with other Lego Ninjago City sets that have previously released. So, and if you look through the pictures, you can see the different components of the mech. Like this main picture has a bunch of the yellow pieces on it, but I've seen other pictures that have, of course, I'm not going to be able to find them. There's other pictures where there's some teal parts on them, which are in these buckets and bins. Like there's other parts you could snap on. So, yeah, I just remembered if Costco has a scanner at the door, it doesn't let someone else use your card. Yeah, that's true too. You have to go with that person, I think.
Trust me, I could hand you my card and you just scan it and they let you in. They don't look at the picture. You could definitely get in there.
Okay, well, I think, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, oh yeah, here's the removable walls, the removable rooms as well. Still, that mech doesn't have any extra parts on them. Lots of ums tonight. Oh, that's interesting. They've got a fish in this fence line, just as a decoration. Oh, okay, I see that they're doing that a lot. Different parts, and then yeah, there's some of the armor has been removed from the mech here, and you can see it attached to certain points on the building and stuff. I don't know enough about the characters, other than I can tell you that's Zane. That's about as far as I can get.
Ooh, nice printed tile.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Stickered? No, that's sticker. I can see the slight line on it, which sucks. But anyway. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a bin of some of the mech armor.
The only complaint I have about this set is I get that it's in the whole mech construction side of the city.
Sure.
It just looks less... has less of the Asian motifs, which is one of the things I like about Ninjago City. and
Yeah.
it just looks a little more mechy. And I'm just not a mech builder personally, so I would say of the units that we've seen so far for Ninjago City, it's probably my least favorite. But since I have 4 of them already, I'll get it, and it'll go in there.
Okay. Of interest was this garage door mechanism.
Mhm.
Originally, I'm looking at it now. Originally, I thought this track was running in the ring, in the edge of the ring here.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's actually a little bit further in. It looks like it's stopped right here by this where the Technic pin is.
Yeah, I
So
think
this
the Technic curve piece is what actually moves, and it's
the whole
locked.
thing moves. Yeah.
I think it's locked into the 2 ring pieces, and you just move the ring.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, no, that's about the same. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how the ring moves because if this is like this is one piece, right? So
Presumably.
there's not a lot of room underneath for it to slide. I don't know. I'll have to look at it once someone starts doing reviews of it. It might be interesting. It might not close all the way either. I'm wondering if that's
very possible. Yeah.
Huh. And obviously modular with the other ones. And it has a base for the mech to stand on. And oh yeah, here you go. So here's some other parts of the mech that it's assembled on it as well. So, and some really large pictures of the figs. Okay. Also announced this week was Lego Ideas set, the evolution of STEM, 21355. This is a collaboration. Oh, this is the Target collaboration, the evolution of STEM, releasing March 1st. Pre-order today. Figures I'm in the States now, so I guess I won't get that one. Not that I want it. I'm just saying. I guess I can't get it. The set has 879 pieces. Will retail for $80 US. The set was the winning build for the Celebrate the Wonder of STEM building contest, which started in November and was announced in November 23, and was announced March of 2024. Set features a base of an open book that has mini builds that are historic innovations and includes minifigures of Marie Curie, Sir Isaac Newton, and George Washington Carver. That's not the George Washington. Is that like? That's not George Washington, right?
George Washington Carver was a black man in the South in the era of segregation, and he was named after George Washington. So it was George Washington Carver. And the South at that point in history was the poorest region in the United States and relied heavily on producing basic foods. Yeah. And he took the peanut and he made all these innovations in different ways that the peanut could be used as an agricultural product. Okay. And his goal was to put more to combat poverty by making peanut farming more financially lucrative. So he invented all these ways to use the peanut, and like so that's why we remember him. So,
like peanut butter, did he invent peanut butter?
He might have. I don't know.
Interesting. I'm just curious because I like peanut butter.
He came up with I read a book about him when I was like in middle school. So it's been a minute, but like he came up with like 50 different new ways to use peanuts.
Okay. So Matt, how come you didn't read enough of it to be able to tell us if he made peanut butter? No, I'm just joking. Anyways,
but it fell out the back end as I put new stuff in my brain.
You pooped it out. Okay, gotcha.
It was squeezed out. Yes, that's true.
Yes, I did pass by the big bone lick today. So And if you don't know what that is, because that means you just joined us and you need to go back because we had a
just Google big bone lick. I'm sure it'll turn up something perfectly innocent.
Go back and watch the stream. It might be less dangerous than Googling that term. Now watch that.
State Park. We forgot that.
Oh, State Park. Yes, this is true. Should probably put that part in. All right. Next up, one of the weirdest ones this week. Why does Hulk need a monster truck? Why does Spider-Man need a vehicle?
He's not a huge Hulk like we used to get with the Maxi Hulk, but now he's just like a minifig that's green. But lame. Sorry.
Yeah. So Marvel the Hulk truck versus Thanos. So assuming Thanos was a big character, technically that would mean Hulk is a big character here because they're the same scale. So that means this monster truck is even bigger because it could hold big Hulk. Anyway. Yeah. The only thing I can say that I like about this is it comes with a yellow motorcycle helmet, which I don't know that's been around lately. I don't know if that's a current color available.
The only thing I would say about this is that I would want to download the instructions and just build the jacked up truck in a different color just for fun. Like, I don't care about the minifigs. I think the jacked up truck is like a hilarious ode to American excess.
Speaking of which, driving down to Atlanta this week or today and yesterday, yeah, you guys do that way too much.
What,
either that or lower the truck and put wheels that stick out like 5 inches with really thin rims and thin tires. I don't get it.
I don't disagree. Obviously, I don't own one, so I don't totally get it. I think it's like, I laugh at it, so I'm entertained by it. But
yeah. So, anyways, 229 pieces for this set, retailing for $34.99 US. Set features Hulk fighting Thanos with a monster truck that has shock.
Next, we need the Hulk lowrider.
The monster truck has shock absorber suspension. I'm not sure that Hulk needs a truck to fight Thanos, but we have another superhero set that uses a vehicle. Why doesn't Hulk just pick up with the 4x4 truck and throw it at Thanos? That would probably be a better use of it. Anyways, okay. A few more articles. So do we want to talk about tariffs?
Sure.
There's an article here. Will Lego prices rise due to Mexico tariffs? Lego sued by X. So there's 2 articles here. As we know, there's tariffs that are possibly being imposed. I think they're put on hold, at least for Canada.
For 30 days. Both countries got a 30-day moratorium.
So Lego is produced in factories in Mexico, Denmark, Hungary, some other Poland, I think, China, Denmark, if I didn't say Denmark. So they're produced in multiple factories. And I was looking at the side of the box the other day, and it says contains pieces produced in the following countries type thing. So it doesn't say made in Canada, made in Mexico, made in the States. It doesn't say that. But the question is, if Lego is shipped into the United States because it's boxed in Mexico, will that get tariffed if the tariffs come into place? And I'm going to add on to that, if that same set is destined for Canada, how would that work? Would it get tariffed going into the States and then tariffed if Canada has tariffs on U.S. products coming in? Like, I don't know how all that's going to work. Obviously, this is one big question mark, and I don't even want to go to the mess of tariffs. But yeah, I don't know.
Let me offer, this is my opinion, and I could be completely wrong, because for sure Trump doesn't do what I want or what I think should be done. But I'll just put on my day job hat here for a second as political science professor.
There we go.
Trump likes to look powerful, and he is, I think he just wants to see Canada and Mexico give in on something, and then he declares victory, and then, like, whatever, it all goes away. Okay. Like, I'm hopeful that that's the way this plays out. I could be wrong. Maybe not.
He's just trying to bluff, just trying to make some people happy by doing it, but then not following through.
He's all about shows of dominance. He wants people to say he's the best or the greatest, or that he made, like, one of the things that came up was the Mexican president announced that they were supposedly moving like 10,000 troops to the U.S.-Mexico border. And then someone found that the exact same promise was made back in 2019 when he was president. So literally they just like hit copy and paste. And it appears that Trump fell for this. So again, I'm hopeful that because I want there to be trade between the U.S. and Canada, and I think it's outrageous what was done. So I'm hopeful that all he wants is like some thing he can call a victory, and then he'll announce how amazing he is, and everything go back to normal. So we'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, I would worry about, like, it will affect everybody. Like, I'm not even going to dig in.
No, I mean,
there's conversations there.
I mean, I'll just say this. I mean, as an American citizen, and this is a show aimed at Canadian audience. I said it's outrageous. Both Canada and Mexico renegotiated in the first Trump administration NAFTA. I was in DC in the 90s when NAFTA was ratified on the U.S. side, and those 2 countries, our neighbors, speaking as American, negotiated in good faith. They came to an agreement. All the countries agreed on it. They signed it. And to then immediately turn around and go back on that, I just think is terrible. So
well, and is it not technically illegal if and I know you probably couldn't say either way, but I mean, to me, if you have an agreement with two countries and then you decide to impose tariffs suddenly, is there legal stuff that can be done to stop it? But anyways, again, don't want to get into it, but
yeah, I mean, you could basically rip up the treaty, which, I mean,
yeah.
So the treaty's only as good as the two parties.
Someone stops doing it. Yeah, good point. So I mean, Lego will be produced in Virginia as well. They are building a factory in Virginia that is set to open the second half of 2025, but won't go into full production mode until 2027. So there will be Lego produced in the States at some point in the next few years. But the other news was kind of interesting. That this one got me as weird. Elon Musk, his ex, formerly Twitter, is suing Lego along with other companies such as Nestle, Tyson's Food, Abbott Laboratory, Colgate-Palmolive, Pinterest, and Shell International for not advertising on their platform. They are accused of illegally boycotting and stopping buying ads on X, which resulted in reduced revenue. I'm like, I'm sorry. As a company, I get to choose what platforms I put my advertising on.
Yep.
I'm not forced to put it on every platform.
Nope.
And I'm like, what the? Anyways.
This is what we call in America a nuisance lawsuit. Yeah. It's not going to produce a victory. It's designed to hurt the other company by making them spend money on lawyers. It is not going to be a win.
Yeah. So anyways, I just thought that was a weird one.
It's yet one of 50 stupid things that happened in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Have you seen these?
We talked about this.
No, well, we might have talked about it in Old Great. I don't know. Did we?
Yeah,
we
didn't talk about Bricks. So
yeah.
I was too old for Transformers, so this has no nostalgia value for me personally. But they, I mean, they're interesting. If those are printed tiles, I would be interested in the printed tiles in this set. But for the most, this is a pass for me personally. But
yeah, I think they're kind of cute. I might pick them up, but they won't. That sounds like they're going to be super expensive anyhow. So might just be a fun little build. But yeah, so Lego building instructions page has given us the first look at the upcoming Lego Transformer Brickheads. 2 sets, one featuring Optimus Prime, the other Bumblebee. The sets will have characters in their robot forms as well as their alternate models. The product pages for these sets should be available soon with the details. So Bumblebee looks kind of weird as a vehicle. I like it. Prime, I get it. It kind of works. They're trying to keep to the scale of the Brickhead, so I get that.
The only thing about Prime is that the cab looks too skinny. It looks too.
Well, yeah. This is the transformed version. Again, they're trying to keep it within the confines of the actual. I mean, look at the size of his head compared to the rest of them. Right. And Bumblebee, to me, the robot looks much better than the car. And Prime, I kind of like the truck better than Prime a bit. But anyways, I thought they were kind of cute. And I think just for the fun collectability of them, they're kind of fun for that. A few more articles. Lego Ideas, Bob Ross, The Joy of Building has achieved 10K supporters. This is by The Joy of Painting show. Yeah. No.
So
who's it?
I will say that about 75% of the time in Lego Ideas, I see things and I'm like, that's interesting, but I would never buy that. Yeah. This is a set that I think is fantastic. Like, it looks great. I don't know if I would actually buy it and put it in my house, but like, I want to buy it. Just looking at it, it just looks pretty. It looks well done. So I give this tip of the hat from this Lego fan. Like, that is a very tempting set. Like, I would be sorely tempted to buy that set. It just looks fun. It looks pretty.
Matt and I can hear each other. I'm going to pull a Verizon. Can you hear me now? Oh, it might just be my Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Anyways, if anybody else is watching, please let Jeff know, Jedstar know if it's just him or if it's everybody. That also helps us because otherwise we're basically talking to ourselves. Which
sadly I don't know American Sign Language, so I can't.
Yeah, I might give the wrong finger, so let's not do that. So yeah, this is by Economy Bricks or Economy Bricks.
Economic Brick.
The build features a 3D rendition of the mountain reflections from the Joy of Painting show. I think this is kind of cool. The reflection's actually kind of a nice effect.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not one to collect the art pieces, but I think this was pretty cool idea. Also noticing that he's used different color art tiles, the Technic brick tiles, in like a blue or something. So that could be a bonus too, unless they're just black and they're just really bad color. Actually, you can hear us, right? Hopefully you can. We were having some audio issues from Jeff earlier, maybe. So, and if you can, just give us a thumbs up or, well, give us a like. No, don't give us a like because I can't see that you like the video. But anyways, a couple more shots of the picture. It also has a little drawer that slides out with some of the painting tools, just like I guess his easel would have. Sure is, no problem at the moment. All right. Good. So Jeff, charge your Bluetooth or whatever it is if you're still driving. Okay. There is a gift for purchase that has been announced, Tropical Rainforest Diorama. This is the first in a series. It's 290 pieces, features a display that highlights the diversity of the rainforest with a waterfall backdrop. The description of the set says that this is for the first of 4 sets LEGO will be doing to celebrate the wonders of travel and nature. There's no word yet on the release date or the price requirements for this set. So based on the previous ones that they've done 4 sets of, I am guessing that this is going to be at the the really high $200, $300 Canadian price point range again. And I'm thinking that those probably sold out. We had this conversation last week. The old ones, the Buildings of the World, probably sold pretty well, or probably they probably cleared a lot of those out based on the fact that we're getting full sets on them now as well. Oh, he's got the audio back. Nice set could go next to the sunflowers. Yeah, this is true. The Bob Ross set. Oops, lag. Yeah, and I might be lagging a bit too because I'm running off of my hotspot, which is another reason why we're going to keep the chat a little shorter than normal today. That and exhaustion. Matt is exhausting me. Yeah. All right. Another idea set, Peter the Rabbit in the Garden Archive. LEGO Ideas, Peter Rabbit in the Garden achieves 10K supporters, not archives. This is by Chelmade. Latest project to achieve 10K. I always say that. I got to stop. 4,600 piece build features a scene from the tale of Peter Rabbit, which includes a whole underground layout below the house and garden. So you can kind of see the tunnel system here. Be a great ball contraption or fun great ball contraption type thing. So there's little hideaways, little holes here on the side of the building to show, or the side of the build to show his world, and a little Peter Rabbit as well. Kind of a cool build for a little garden set, like a garden house or a house in the garden and stuff. So I don't know. No idea if this would ever make it into a LEGO Ideas set, but it's interesting nonetheless. All right, 2 more. You know what? 1 more, because really the last one's kind of not worth it. But Bricklink Designer Program Series 4 pre-orders are live. This was yesterday. They are available till March the 1st. Every set has already hit 3,000, so everyone will be produced. Maximum of 30,000 sets are made available. When I checked last night, 2 of the 5 were already sold out. I will check in a minute to see if the other ones are. Let's just open a new tab. The Merchant Boat, $169 US. Wild West Train, $279.99 US. Medieval Seaside Market, $229 US, sold out. Siege Encampment, $229 US, sold out. Riverside Scholars for $199 US. Like I said, the train is close to being funded. It looks like it's probably about 75% sold out, or to being sold out. Like I said, the castle sets are both sold out. And the Riverside Scholar and Merchant Boat are all, I would say, about 30% sold-ish, maybe 25. So
I just will say that I clicked on it to look at this, and I thought about how much money I was saving by not buying anything.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some good sets, but like nothing was like, oh, I can't live without the set in my life.
And
so like,
I think the best thing, if you're submitting sets to the Bricklink Design Program, Castle.
Yeah, it seems to sell well. It does well.
It's like, dear LEGO, get the hint. Build castle sets.
They're reserving it for the Bricklink Designer Program.
Yeah, well, they're making lots of money on this, but they could be making more if they're selling out, right?
That's true. Probably, yeah.
So yeah. Last but not least, announced today, the biggest news of the week: LEGO Duplo Peppa Pig.
Finally.
March 2025 sets have been revealed. we get like roller coaster or amusement rides. So Lego Shop has revealed 2 new Peppa Pig sets that will be releasing in March. The sets continue the line of Peppa Pig sets that were introduced last year. So we had seen the one of them. The other one's a camping trip at $20 US for 30 pieces, 32 pieces, and it's Duplo. It's got parts. Anyway, it's a little tent and campfire and such scene. I have to say I don't follow Peppa Pig or anything at all, because I don't watch the show. But the other one is the Fun Fair, 53 pieces for $50, which that's $1 a piece for the record, which is probably accurate for the price of Duplo sets. I don't know what the price per piece is for Duplo, but I know it's not low. And this one you can play with the kids can play with, according to the pictures. It's the 2+ set. I don't know what else.
You mean it's a Duplo set that you don't just sit on a shelf?
Yeah. The Duplo shelf sitters, which will probably be the IndyCar set for Duplo. Anyway,
it's so pretty. Your baby will just want to look at it on the shelf.
Pretty much. So I think we're gonna wrap it up. We're just at an hour now. 30,000 for each set. Yeah, Axel, 30,000 for each of the sets. So they make 30,000 copies of each of the sets. So the 2 castle sets, 30,000 of them have sold out already for each of them. So great. At $229 per set US. So do some math, 229 times 30,000. That's how much money Lego made. And I think the designer gets 5% of that. So do the math there and realize that designing Lego sets to go into the Bricklink Designer Program is a good way to make $400,000 or $500,000.
I'm going to quit my day job.
Tell me about it.
Well, Jeff, I just want to end by saying that if you get in your car right now, you can come over and have a warm chocolate cookie right now. You're only 10
That's tempting. I have to get in my car and make sure it's in the right parking spot because I think I parked in the wrong valet spot. And
you will not need to scrape your windshield to come over. I just want to point
that's a good point.
Wear shorts.
It is 20 degrees. It was like 23 degrees Celsius today. Something about the hills of Tennessee or Kentucky, Tennessee, like climbing it, like on the one side in Lexington, it was like plus 4 degrees Celsius. And we started descending down. What do they call the range? Is it the
Appalachians?
The Appalachians. Okay. As we started descending down the other side, it was like every 20 minutes the temperature went up 2 or 3 degrees Celsius. And when we got to the bottom, when we got to Knoxville, it was 23 outside. So I was wearing a coat on the other end when we got into the car. I take my coat off when driving, but I went to go open the door and it was like warmer outside than it was almost in the car. It wasn't quite, but it was very close. And I'm like, this is not right. We have beautiful weather for the rest of the week. I think it's supposed to rain a bit on Monday, but that's okay. So Matt, I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to be probably trying to get in at 10 a.m., knocking on the door. I might do a quick walk out to the convention area there just to figure out how to get from here to there.
It's a long way.
Well, no, because we're in the hotel, just to figure out the right route. They do have a full Starbucks here now too, if you like Starbucks.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah, the hotel has a full Starbucks in it that's open until 8 at night. So
sweet.
So yeah. So I think we'll call it a night. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I saved money on Starbucks by ordering the Jade Citrus Mint tea, which is my favorite. I just order the packs and I just got like 60 packs sent to my house. So I just boil the water and make it at home, but it's the exact same thing I get at Starbucks.
Well, there you go. That's a bonus.
For $2.
Yeah. So anyways, all right. We'll talk to you guys later. Next week, we will be back at the regular time. I'll be back at home. Of course, yeah, I'll be back at home. That's right. So yeah, we'll see everybody next week. Hitting the button. Have a great day. And the Daves, you missed out on a fun chat, but you had stuff to do, so I get it. Anyways, see you guys.